The story began with the dragon fighting alongside the demon lord who wanted to destroy the gods. He was feared but was killed by the hero who was always with him in battles. The dragon accepted his death because he had been in the world for so long. He had no reason to live anymore because he no longer wanted anything. After a few years, the dragon came back to life, but it was in the body of a baby and his parents named him Duran. Duran grew up in a small village. One day Duran was fishing with his brothers so that they could have food and share it with his companions in the village. While he was cooking, a woman suddenly arrived and it was Eri. He called Duran to practice magic spells. Duran practiced his spell and used the energy bolt. The one who taught him was happy with this. Someone called Duran again and it was a bald old man. The bald old man introduced a woman. And her name was Christina, a novel woman in the kingdom. Christina approached Duran and introduced herself. When they held hands, it felt strange. When Duran returned home to his family, they discussed what Duran wanted to do with his life, if he wanted to get married or have own family, but Duran's answer was that he didn't want to. He still wanted to be single. What he wanted to do was go to the village of the lizardmen. Tomorrow he would travel. Duran went to the place of the lizard. His companions in the village supported him. Eri sent food for his journey. Duran traveled so long in the mountains. When Duran arrived at the lizardmen's place, they were gone. Duran was surprised. He touched the ground to feel the surroundings and something strange happened in this place. Duran sensed an impending danger and suddenly snake women appeared. Duran immediately took out his sword and noticed that it was a Lamia, half man, half snake. Lamia used a charm on Duran but Duran was unaffected. While Lamia and Duran were talking, a large monster appeared. The large monster attacked Lamia as soon as the monster's hand was close. Duran cut off the monster's hand. They hid behind a large plant. Lamia asked what it was. Duran replied and said that it was the elemental earth. Duran asked what Lamia's name was. Lamia replied that she was Selena. Duran spoke. He asked if the Lamias had powerful powers and if Selena could use them. Selena replied that yes, she could use magic. Duran asked if she could help defeat the elemental earth monster and Selena said yes. Selena used magic and called it Jerome. A large snake came out and wrapped itself around the monster. Duran attacked the monster. Duran cut the monster in pieces and was defeated. Selena was thrown into mud. Duran and Selena spent the night together. Selena asked why Duran wasn't afraid of her. Duran replied that he wasn't afraid because he knew many Lamia. Duran asked why Selena was here in this place. Selena replied that she was traveling because the Lamias, poor women, needed to find a husband. They say it's hard to find a husband because the Lamia are capable of ruling as long as they get married. What they need are strong men. Duran cooked a delicious meal and invited Selena to eat. The next day, the two would separate. Selena would still be looking for a husband. And Duran were about to return to their village. When they held hands, Selena got electrocuted because of Duran dragon powers. When Selena was okay again, they continued their journey. Two strangers were walking and Selena was able to get ahead of them. The two of them were going to help Selena carry her things, but suddenly they saw Selena's snake tail, so the two of them ran away in fear. In the next panel, the old man teaches Duran to make a potion, but Duran has difficulty. The old man speaks and says that Duran is good at offensive magic, but his weakness is making potions. Duran was walking around their village and he saw the children practicing spear throwing. The children went to Duran and the child was very happy. Suddenly, Duran felt a danger near their village. At nightfall, he went to the presence of the monster, so close that he seemed familiar to him. When he approached, it turned out to be Selena and she didn't have any clothes on. Duran approached Selena and asked why she was here, but before Selena could speak, he missed her and she got undressed. Selena asked Duran to cover her eyes, but Duran didn't want to because Selena was so beautiful. Because Duran didn't want to cover his eyes, Selena slapped him. Duran apologized to Selena. Duran asked again why Selena was here. She replied that it was because she was looking for a husband. When someone saw her, they got scared and ran away because she was a snake person. Because Selena doesn't know where she will go and where she will live. And Duran has an idea if she will just live in their village. Selena wonders how that will happen. She is a Lamia, a snake person. Duran replied that Selena just had to trust him with the plans. The next day, the big man saw a dead monster in the village. When his assistant looked at it, he said it looked like it had been attacked by a large snake. The high officials of the village were talking. The big man, Balan, said what they would do. One of them said that maybe Lamia would do this. Balan replied that in that case they should kill Lamia, because she was dangerous to the village. Suddenly the old woman spoke up, saying that Balan wasn't sure if the Lamia was bad, and that this old woman was Maguro. And while they were talking, Eri came and brought this thing. Maguro examined it and he found out that the Lamia was not bad but good luck. When Duran heard this, using his strong hearing, he immediately ran to the head to tell Selena that it seemed that the high-ranking officials of the village no longer thought badly of Selena, and that Selena should be great at acting tomorrow for their last plan. The next day the soldiers will be ready to find Lamia, and if she does anything bad they will have to kill her. And Duran and Selena's plan is that when the monster comes out, Duran will run and the monster will attack him, but Selena will save him so that the people in the village will see that Selena is kind. A soldier shouted and said there was a monster. Duran was surprised because he didn't have the signal to release the monster. The soldier ran away, and Balan's son, Taro, was left behind. Duran ran to save Taro and Selena also ran to save the two of them. The monster attacked Selena and hit her. Selena used her magic to control the monster and the monster returned to the forest. Balan got angry and shouted that Lamia should stay away from Duran and Taro. Duran replied to Balan that Lamia saved his and Taro's lives. Selena answered and introduced herself as not being bad. She was looking for a place to live and she begged and knelt down and explained why she wanted to live in the village. People's attention was focused on the noon, because the goddess Myrael told her that the Lamia was sent by her to save the people in the village and that it was not bad. And the people in the village accepted him. The next day he was given a house. When he entered his house he was happy. Balan apologized to Selena for what she said to him and thanked her for saving his son. And Duran reintroduced himself to Selena. Duran went to meet goddess Myrael and called her an old friend. When night came, Duran used his astral form and flew into the sky, taking on a new form as a large dragon. He went to goddess Myrael's kingdom. Myrael greeted Duran because they hadn't spoken in a long time. Duran was surprised because Myrael recognized him even though he was in human form. Duran spoke about his feelings that being human was the happiest thing that happened to him because he had many acquaintances, friends, family, that he didn't feel when he was still a dragon. Goddess Myrael is happy because Duran has found a reason to live. The panel went to the capital kingdom. We see an elf reading Christina's letter. He is happy with the village he went to. And we see the vice captain and Christina fighting. The people said that their vice captain is not yet serious. Christina annoyed the vice captain and forced the vice captain to get serious. The two fought and the vice captain lost. Christina couldn't sleep so she practiced swordplay and Duran and Selena saw her. Selena invited Christina to come with her to Selena's house. When they arrived, Selena told Christina that the bed was very beautiful. Duran said that for Christina, it was ugly because Christina was from the kingdom and was rich. Christina came to lie down and liked it too. The next day, Balan challenged Christina to a drinking match because no one in the village had ever beaten her, and when they started, Christina won. People praised him. The cowgirl came and gave him milk to ease the nausea. And Christina is very happy in the village. She also has close friends there, Duran and Selena. The elf's hopes were over, and he was friend with Lamia. It spread among the people at the party. Someone was making friends with Lamia. A violet-haired girl came who wanted to talk about the Lamia, that it was bad for people. The elf replied that the Lamia was a blessing from the goddess Myrael and someone interrupted the conversation. A man and something had to be done about the Lamia. And while Duran was planning, a soldier arrived and they had to go to the gate quickly. The elf man said to surround the Lamia, and he introduced himself as Gaoda, a commissioner of the kingdom of Galoa who had to take the Lamia to the king. Duran said that he was the one who brought Lamia to the village, and that he would come with him to accompany the Lamia. Duran and Selena got into the carriage. Christina was worried about the two of them. She needed to know what was happening. She used magic to make her legs stronger and ran to get to the kingdom. When Christina arrived in the kingdom, she talked to the elf and asked where Duran was. The elf replied that it was not true that Duran would be taken to the king, but to Chiron, the woman with violet hair. And when Duran and Selena arrived at Chiron's house, Chiron and he met. He said that Selena and her companion looked tired. So they went into his house first. Chiron sent Godo away because he said there was nothing else to do. Chiron fed Duran and Selena. They talked and Selena thought Chiron had a bad plan. Chiron replied that he wouldn't do that because he didn't kill anyone good. Godo arrives in the kingdom and has something to say to Christina and the elf. While Chiron and Selena were talking, Selena suddenly felt dizzy and fell asleep, and it turned out that the drink they were drinking had sleeping pills in it. Back to the conversation with Godo. Chiron is a human, but he has been alive for 300 years. It is impossible for a human to do that. Many women have been missing in the villages for hundreds of years. Godo and the elf suspect that Chiron is a mage and uses forbidden magic. We see that Selena fell asleep, and Chiron planned to take Selena's beautiful skin, and when he was about to take it, Duran woke up and stopped him. Duran saw that the magic circle was made of the blood of the people that Chiron killed. And Selena woke up and ran to Duran. Chiron explained that the women he killed, he took the skin and put it on himself to make the woman more beautiful. And he wants to take Selena's skin. Duran and Selena showed that they had earrings that could record voices and that they recorded everything Chiron said, and suddenly Christina, Godo, and the elf arrived to save Selena. Chiron was born with an ugly face, and when she learned magic she would kill and take body parts and put them on herself. He transformed into a monster and attacked a soldier, and it suddenly stopped because of Selena's magic. And Chiron attacked Selena and Christine cut Chiron's hand. The two fought. Duran made a magic circle and it was two. The elf was surprised because it was rare for someone to do this. Duran attacked Chiron. Chiron was trapped inside the magic and a magic spear came out from inside, and Chiron died from Duran's magic. In the next panel, they stayed in the kingdom for a while. Godo and the elf came to visit them. It turned out that everything was Godo's plan so that they could remove Chiron from his position, because he was a government official and they needed Selena and Duran's help to do this. And as a thank you, Godo gave Selena a paper proving that she was now a registered netizen in the country. Duran and Selena were very happy. By the way, guys, the name of the kingdom is Galoa, and she saw her uncle in Denzel, the son of Maguru. Denzel said that he wanted to walk somewhere to Galoa with Duran and Selena. Someone was walking around and the child dropped his potato. Selena picked it up, and when she was about to give it to the child, the parent took her child away from Selena because she was a Lamia and people were afraid of her. When they finished their walk, Duran and Selena would leave and return to their village. Denzel and Godo wanted to tell Duran something. Denzel said if Duran wanted to study in Galoa. Duran replied and said if he thought about it. Selena heard this and was sad, and when they're done talking they ride in a carriage. Christina asked why he didn't accept the offer to study. Duran replied because he preferred to study in the village. And the next panel shows an elf scouting. He saw many ant monsters and there were so many of them. And they came from the Demon Lord portal and the ant monsters attacked him. One day they had to go to the forest to feed their pet pigs. Our protagonists went with Balon. When they went to the forest, they were accompanied by another soldier. The fat soldier saw that the pig had taken a different path and followed it. He couldn't see where the pig was and suddenly it jumped on him and there was a wound. He saw that there was a monster there and it was a blade tiger. And when the blade tiger was about to attack him, Balon saved him, and when they defeated the blade tiger, an ant demon came and attacked Balon. Duran and Christina heard Balon scream and immediately went to him. Duran saw that Balon was wounded. Duran shot an energy bolt at the ant demon. Christina wondered what kind of monster it was. Duran replied that it was a low-ranked demon called Ant Demon. Duran attacked it again and Christina cut it in half. After that the village leader talked about the monster attack. They were afraid. Maguru ordered Duran to find out what was happening in the forest. Selena and Christina came along. When they reached the forest, many monsters came out and they fought them off. A monkey monster came out. It turned out that this monkey was Selena and Duran's friend, and Christina was surprised by what she saw. They ate first with the baby monkeys, and suddenly a blue circle splashed on them. And when they looked at it, it was a fairy and said, Duran are need to run away. And the ant demons arrived. Duran and Christina fought them. An ant demon attacked Duran and it turned out that there were two of them. He used dragon powers because his human form was about to weak. After the fight, the fairy thanked Duran. Christina and Selena introduced themselves. The fairy answered and she was Merle. Duran thought that if there were many ant demons in this area, it meant that stronger demon beings would appear because the ant demons were there to observe the surroundings and tell the stronger demon beings. And Christina felt something watching them, and Duran felt it and said it wasn't ant demons, but elves. They lowered their weapons. The elves came out of the tree. Duran explained to an elf that they were here in the forest to investigate because the ant demons were approaching their village. The elf sent Duran away because they were in danger in this area because they were fighting the demon army. Christina said that they wanted to help the elves. The elves said that the Durans were in league with Lamia, and because of this, these people seemed trustworthy because Lamia trusted them. When Duran heard that the elf's enemy was a demon army, if the portal to the world lasted longer, powerful demon generals would emerge to destroy the world, and before that happened, he had to destroy the portal, but he couldn't do that because Selena and Christina might find out about his powers. Duran asked if they could help, even if it was just temporarily. The elf leader's sister came up and asked if they could accept Duran's offer, and the leader agreed. And suddenly there was an earthquake and they saw the strong magic in the distance, and Duran remembered that this was the time when the portal would open and the demon generals would come out. Duran used magic that accelerated their speed so they could quickly return to the elves' area. The big demon spoke, feeling that there was a place of elves close to them. They talked about whoever reached the place of the elves first would kill and consume them. But Gelen, the armored demon general, don't want to enter their game because he is not interested weakling elves. So only the two demons took the place of the elves. The elves can be seen struggling to fight the ant demon because it has no end. An elf, a large demon, in the distance, introduced himself as the demonic knight, Jelliud. He attacked the elves from a distance. Their base was destroyed, and he jumped high, and when he was about to attack the elf, the plants prevented the elf from escaping. Jelliud tried to destroy the plants, but he couldn't handle them due to their overwhelming strength, and a mysterious woman appeared. Back to our protagonists. They were trapped. Because of the many ant demons, Duran used energy rain to kill the ant demons. Christina rushed in and the elf leader opened the way to their place. Duran gave Selena and Christina magic crystals to make their magic and mana stronger. They left to kill the ant demons so they couldn't pass. They used their magic to defeat the ant demons. Duran used explosion magic and it was so powerful that the elf leader was surprised by what Duran showed. Jelliud was trapped by plants by a mysterious woman, but Jelliud couldn't escape, and when the Black Rose woman was about to finish Jelliud off, his magic suddenly disappeared. And this is because of the magic of the Red Rose woman, Rafflesia, one of the demon generals. Duran arrived at the elven village. The elf leader said that he didn't have time to see the beauty of their place. Jelliud and Rafflesia are discussing who will fight Black Rose woman. They will both decide who can kill Black Rose woman. The Black Rose women asked the floral spirit for help. The Black Rose woman wondered why it didn't show up. It turned out that it had been killed by Rafflesia. The Black Rose woman got angry and took revenge on the dead floral spirit. She attacked the two demons and they avoided it. The Black Rose woman attacked Rafflesia again, but when she got close the plant was destroyed. Rafflesia explained that her magic also comes from the floral flower, but hers destroys any kind of thing that comes near her. The Black Rose woman attacked again and Rafflesia just destroyed it again, but she didn't expect that there was another plant inside. It brushed against Rafflesia and injured her. Rafflesia got angry and the two were about to attack again. Suddenly Jelliud intervened and attacked the Black Rose woman. Rafflesia stopped Jelliud because Black Rose woman is his enemy, but it turns out they both attacked Black Rose woman, and Rafflesia hit Black Rose woman with a punch. That Black Rose woman's inheritance was dissolved and Jelliud and Rafflesia attacked again at the same time, and it looked like this was the end of her life. Suddenly, magic fell from the sky and nearly hit the two demons, and Duran has arrived for the fight. Thanks guys for watching this only a help of the anime. I make the part 2 as soon possible, so please comment, like and share. See you in our next video.